Hello and welcome to my Zoom H6 demo. I have the Zoom H6 with the MS microphone configuration as well as two Earthworks matched Earthworks QTC40s connected to and working with a 6-foot Yamaha grand piano in a small room. These are fantastic microphones. I think you can see them. I've got a clip that's clipping them to the actual iron harp, and it works really well. And then the MS, I've got it on the first stand here, but I believe if you can get a 7-centimeter opening, it's actually a better arrangement all the way around, and you get better separation with your vocals using just a 7-centimeter opening. I've got it on the first peg of the stand of the first arm, the short arm, which is better than the big arm. Again, this is just when you're singing with the grand piano. Try to separate your vocal from the piano. The lower the lid, then the more separation you get. But below 7 centimeters, I think, is too low. Anyway, for today, I don't have that perfection, but. Trying to think of anything else I can describe about the setup. So I've got the Earthworks plugged in. Now Earthworks makes a much better microphone scenario that actually mounts to the piano, and I would have gotten those, except that you can't use them for anything else effectively. They're very small. The QTC40s you can use in all sorts of different things. Guitar, just anything that you want the most realistic frequency response that you can get. Just really, you get more highs, more lows, more everything, I think, less noise. So right now, what you're hearing is the camera's microphone that's built on. It's terrible, I gotta tell you. This is a Nikon D7100. It's an awesome camera. It's great for taking pictures, and it does awesome with video for taking video, but the audio is not good. And the video is limited to 20 minutes, which is common, which I think is... actually, you can override some of that, but you're in risk of overheating it. I think that's a limitation you're going to get with a lot of things, but beyond that, I just think in general, the audio system of the video you get with the Nikon D7100 just isn't that great. But who needs it, right? So right now, that's what you're hearing, and hopefully you're going to hear a big change. Okay, so that's the piano. For the vocal, I'm using a BeyerDynamics Opus 89. I put the Opus 69 up against the Beta 58, and they were really close. For me, my voice, I liked the Opus 69. When it died, and I had to replace it one day, and it's no fault of its own, it just died. I couldn't find it again, and I paid a little bit more for the Opus 89. I don't know if I like it better or worse. It's still a great stage mic, and I think it's going to be good for our purposes here today. But I honestly think I liked the Opus 69 better. It seemed more directional, a little bit more back rejecting, and for what I'm doing today, that would be prime. What I want to do, obviously, is get my vocal on that mic and not have too much piano bleed over in it. And I want to get the piano with the MS and Earthworks without having too much vocal bleed over. In reality, it's going to have to be a blend of the two on mixdown for it to work. So, other than this terrible Nikon audio that you're hearing, I'm going to be shifting it around. Okay, all right, I'm going to sit down and do some demos now. All right. I think the first thing I'll do in the mixdown is bring out the Opus microphone. So at some point here, you should be hearing, let's say right now, okay, still the Nikon audio, and magically you've got the Opus 89 audio. The trick, by the way, is if you're singing into it, it sounds really great if you get it just the right distance, and turn your head so that you're not spitting into it too much, right? but you're singing, you're almost dancing while you're singing and playing, and you're going to end up, and it's just horrible for that, right? Welcome to dynamic mics and the proximity effect. But if you can get beyond that, make it just far enough away so that it's not super sensitive, not picking up your popping P's and your S's. And the monitoring is key. It needs to be loud enough in your head so that, you don't have to be out here to get what you want. And that if you're here, you could still hear it over the piano, which is hard. I mean, the piano's loud and you got to be able to monitor that as well. I'm monitoring right now through the Zoom H6, and I really like it. But the optimal recording levels for the Zoom H6 may or may not be the optimal mix audio levels. So, but you're trying to do everything with one device. I don't have a computer and a DAW right now. I'm using the H6 only, which is great. So I could also just take these headphones off and sing and play and ignore it. Again, the biggest reason I can't do that, though, is the proximity, right? If I'm not listening to what I'm doing, the proximity is going to kill me, and it'll come out later. It'll probably still sound bad maybe, but if I can stay put, it should be pretty good. All right, enough of me jabbering on. I'm just going to play a little bit, sing and play a little bit. Okay, I may be switching the audio during this, or I may switch it between takes. Right now, I feel like I'm going to try to play it the same way both times, and I'm going to be switching the audio so that I don't have to put a bunch of text on the video. All right, so let's try that. I'm going to tell you what I'm doing and see if I can stay true to this. Okay, so you hear this mic. This is probably the only mic you're hearing right now. Now I'm going to turn on this mic and the MS. Let's do that, okay? This mic and the MS on the Zoom. So this microphone, mic cable, some headphones, the MS, and a camera of some sort, and software to mix audio and video. You're good to go. Let's hear what this sounds like. A little Elton John, Rocket Man. She packed in my bags last night, pre-flight. 0 hour, 9 a.m. And I'm gonna be high as a kite by then. Okay. That is the MS. I'm going to do the MS on that one. Okay. I may come back and put text on the screen and do it again, but for now, assume that was the MS. Here's the same basic thing here. I'm going to try to do the same thing with the Earthworks mics. All Zoom. You're hearing all Zoom audio now. Ever since I switched and did the magic, no more Nikon audio, just the Zoom recording the Opus, the BeyerDynamics Opus, and the MS that comes with it for free. And now I'm switching from the MS to the Earthworks and this mic. A combination you probably will never have. This combination that you just heard, though, is very doable. This is a under $200, around $200 mic. So if you invested in the Zoom, another mic, an SM57 would do great, really good for this purpose. I even have one. I may do another test later if I get enough comments. Okay. Earthworks and the Opus. She packed my bags last night, pre-flight. 0 hour, 9 a.m. And I'm gonna be high as a kite by then. Okay, what I'm hoping you'll evaluate with this is, can you do this, dynamic back rejecting microphone on a piano with the MS and make it sound good? Or is there too much vocal bleeding over to that MS and you just can't do it? in which case maybe the Earthworks or, you know, NT5s are a really good choice. You could do the same thing with Audio-Technica NT5s. I believe those are the little mics for overheads for drums. They're good for that. Much, much cheaper. You could do a great job with that too. Are either of those going to get the vocal separated enough? And you know what? I'll tell you what we'll do. Let's do this. This final test. Okay, I'm going to do MS, but just the MS. You're not going to have this mic now. In fact, I'm going to move it away so I don't forget. Just the MS. She packed my bags last night, pre-flight. 0 hour, 9 a.m. And I'm gonna be high as a kite by then. I can't hear my voice very well with that, and probably the best way to do this test, and I'm going to do this next test with this, hopefully it won't skew the results. If you're using the MS, you're not going to be able to hear your voice enough over the piano. You got to just be able to hear it in the room, and I'm sure it'll be easier. So this next test, the final test, Earthworks, nothing but Earthworks. Not because it's going to sound good, and the MS probably won't sound good either, but which one of these two has less vocal in it? That's what I want to know. That's what I want you guys to think about. Because, and again, you could lower the lid to 7 centimeters. Instead of the pole, you could put a videotape and a DVD. VHS and a DVD is about 7 centimeters. If you can afford, not, you know, it's going to smash it with the lid there, but if you're careful, you can, that's a good 7 centimeters test, I think. And it helps to isolate it. But anyway, Earthworks, all by themselves. She packed my bags last night, pre-flight. 0 hour, 9 a.m. And I'm gonna be high as a kite by then. Okay. Thank you very much. Hopefully this is going to feed some information that you've been looking for to try to decide something to do. And feel free to leave a comment if there's something else you want me to do, or if there's something that helped you here that you're glad. I'd love to hear from you. Thank you very much.